Hello, everyone. So, I'm going to take a quick break from my work and talk about something that I feel passionate about. And I think that's something that has helped me in my life journey to make the right decisions for myself. And this is a topic why I say I'm passionate about it because if I hadn't taken the right decision at the right time of my life at that time, probably I wouldn't have been where I am right now, which is a happy place, regardless of what anything that goes around me. End of the day, I'm happy, and that's very, very, very important. So, যাই হোক যে জিনিসটা নিয়ে কথা বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে যে actually I'm going to make this video in English because I know a lot of my American friends or my friend who do not speak in the same language as me would get some benefit or get something away from this video, so I'm hoping that it has that value. So if you are, let's get into the main conversations. So if you are in a relationship and at some point you are wondering that if is it the right relationship or is it the long lasting future that I'm looking for, um, is it something that I want to stick with for the long run, then and you are confused, you don't know what to do, your heart is pulling you back, your brain is pulling you back, and all these battles going on that most of us at some point of our life probably have to go through. What you can do is you can take a seat back and ask yourself, is the person you are with is the same person you see yourself with in 10 years? All of us has some priorities. For some of us, we want to be a mother at some point. For some of us, we want to be a father or accomplish certain goals in our lives. For some of us, we want to be a millionaire, or some of us, we just want to be having a simple life with very simple, soft, nice, happy things going on around. Regardless, do you see this person being next to you, supporting you, or you supporting them in 10 years from now? Now, it, as I said, it varies from people to people, their priorities. Next 10 years, you probably don't even know what you want to do. But based off their current value that they put on in your life, do you see them supporting even in that journey of figuring things out? Do you see them being respectful, honest, loyal in that journey? Because these are something very fundamental and very, very, very crucial, important. Sometimes our life tells us, shows us the red flags that in a relationship, but we are so much invested in what we feel rather what the reality is that we don't see beyond that curtain. We are not being able to see, because just right now we feel this feeling, it's not necessary it's going to be there for the rest of your life. When hard times hit the fan, you need to be able to see that if this person is strong enough to sit next to you and be with you. One thing I always, people who know me, I always keep saying is that Steven, my husband, he taught me how to be like strongly sticking together, how to never, no matter what, leave. That's so important, and it's so funny because I always thought I'm the one giving all the time, I'm the one trying to push. But in the process of multiple experiences, I realized that I have also became this person who is willing to give up. And then Steven taught me this too, that you gotta be with this person and you gotta, fight for the relationship, not towards each other all the time. Yes, there are gonna be fights, there are gonna be a lot of ugly fights too, but end of the day, you have to be respectful. Respect part of a relationship should not be compromised. Now, for me, one of the biggest question what I ask to myself is this the person I see not only being with, but also see improving with and see as a father figure of my children? So you can ask yourself that too. The person you're with, if that's the same person you see becoming the mother or father of your kids. If you don't want to plan or don't have the plans of kids, or you cannot realistically imagine that, then do the other way. Do you see growing with this person? Because end of the day, we need to grow. Human life is all about taking the next step, growing together. Do you see someone pushing you down to a point where every day you are becoming less of your version? The person you were yesterday, you are becoming more of a lesser version than that. You don't want that. That's where the toxicity is so crucial, that it brings you down. And when I talk about kids, remember one thing, that you at least have the choice of making the choice of finding the father figure of your kids. You have the choice to finding a partner or making that decision, but your kids don't. So if you choose someone who is not respectful to you, who doesn't have the basic sense of lifestyle that is very important, that matches your lifestyle, or the values that you hold or have a proper value, remember, this is the same thing you're bringing to your children's life. And you don't want to do that to them. They cannot change their father, they cannot change their mother. They have to live with that one decision that you make for yourself, just because you have a certain feeling. I always tell people, even though you feel like you love someone to death, still, if they're not good to you, for the sake of your future, for that loyalty you have to your future version, your kids, and your future life, please don't continue something toxic. It's so important. The second thing I want to talk about alongside, now this is the part where we talked about our partner, or the partner we choose for our life. The second thing that's very important is the family. Yes, so many people don't want to talk about it, and I understand that someone can come from a very not so good background, or any kind of background, and that's fine, as long as they are okay, they have taught themselves to be a better person, better version of themselves, right? But if they are not that, like, to your, they are not the exact version that you want them to be, and you still love them, and they're respectful to, it's still going to work if their family respect you, their family have values and opinions and things that you cherish as well. Why is it important? Because, you know, our surroundings, the people we hang out with, our friends, they have such a huge impact on the character we try to build, or the character we are becoming in the long run. So if our surrounding, the person you're dating, their surrounding is not that positive, don't have the positive opinion about you, or try to always diminish who you are, it is going to be a huge battle that probably you don't even want to deal with. Really, you don't, because we can try to make ourselves better. To be honest, it's a good process. You can always try to achieve, thrive, to become a better version of yourself. But you can never dictate what someone else has an opinion about you. If someone doesn't like the fact that you are short and that's why they don't like you, or whatever it is, if the person you're dating and their surrounding do not like you, no matter what you do, it's something you need to consider. Because if there is a little crack at one point of your relationship, and if suppose you're married to this person, these same surroundings that I'm talking about, that's a toxic surrounding, they're going to make that crack bigger and bigger. They're not going to try to heal that crack, not going to try to repair that crack. So at that point of time, if your partner is not strong enough to stick with you and be able to thrive and work for the relationship, it's going to be such a one-sided struggle and battle for you to deal with. And our life is so small, we have so many other things to do in our life, that this is a battle that you don't want to introduce in your life. You really don't. If you have that option, to, by any means, I mean, get away from this toxicity, do it now. Because I think one of the best decisions I have taken in my life was to identify toxicity, or not necessarily, but at least what I want from my kids or my future self, exactly at the right time, and it has benefited me immensely. I love my in-laws. Steven's mother, his brothers are my best friends. They are super nice to me. His entire family, his aunts, his grandpa is so sweet, and I am so grateful that God has blessed me with this great family and such a great partner. But at the end of the day, I also do thank myself for not just being always remindful of my heart and how I feel, and also being able to see that reality that could have happened right now and see those obstacles beforehand. Because if you are not with the person who is willing to thrive with the family with that are willing to thrive with you, love you, cherish these moments with you, you're cutting out a big part of yourself, and not only from yourself but also from your children's life. The beliefs that someone else's family, the views, the opinions of your partner or and their family is such a big, it has such a big impact in your life and your kids life that you don't realize when you're in the process of love. You don't realize when you're, like in those butterfly feelings. But in reality, this whole package, values, opinion, respect, honesty, loyalty, love, care, is a whole package that's gonna not only impact you but your kids and your future self. So do that for yourself, your kids, a favor, and make a better choice in this life. Because if your partner is not the right person for you, it's gonna be a battle that's gonna take a long time to heal. Bye.